Okay, so I actually feel like putting some makeup on today. And as you can see, my recording room has not been unpacked, mainly because I was really pondering the idea of replacing this carpet with like vinyl flooring because this carpet has had it. But, and you know, I don't want to have to like unpack everything and then pack everything back up if I were to have to move everything out of here for that, which also would require taking stuff out of here. So in reality, it's probably not going to happen this year. I'm going to try to, did I label this to help me? Okay, silver cart, that is helpful. Recording room, pink, that's not helpful. Okay, recording room, pink room, no. So I'm going to have to do some opening of boxes to try to find my makeup, and I shall do that. Oh, at least I labeled that. My soundboard and stuff is in there. I also want to repaint this room. This actually was not the original color I was hoping it would be when I picked it out. I wanted something a little lighter, not so mauve-y. Ideally, I would love to repaint this room. It looks less mauve-y. Actually, I'm looking on my phone camera than it actually is, but it is actually quite mauve-y. Anywho, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to find my makeup. What's turned into just trying to find some makeup just for me to get on a face today has turned into me, I think I'm just going to go ahead and unpack this room. I need to do it. And so I'm just going to do that. And yeah, it shouldn't take me too long. I have it down to a science pretty much. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get my makeup out, get it to where I usually, you know, put stuff. And I shall return. Okay. So a long time ago, I had set these out because they needed to be washed, and I put them in a special like place and stored them carefully, but I pulled them to wash them because I do wear these particular ones fairly often, and guess what? Never got around to doing that. So, and you can tell that I don't have the proper boxes aligned with them. Some of them I do, but so I have like empty boxes here. So I'll have to figure out where they go once I need to wash them. For now, I don't know. Anyway, usually I store most of my wigs, if not all of my wigs, in my closet. And I decided to put them out here. This isn't all of them, but most of them, I have to say. This is most of my collection, including these that all need their corresponding boxes. And this little thing here has all of my nail stuff, but I put this together. I even bought 2 of them, and it was a pain in the rear to put together. And I did everything, like it looks great, right? But the track design was terrible. So half of them, I have a terrible time. I can get them open, but I really get angry eventually. And I can't believe this thing has been ripped apart because it drives me nuts. So almost all of the drawers get stuck. And I tried to put the ones, everything kind of shifted a little on the move because I did not unpack all this stuff. Yeah, see, as they go down, this one, virtually, this one's not bad. So I just started not storing important stuff down here. Oh, these ones are actually, well, so this one, as you can tell, I knew that because I didn't put a bunch of stuff in there. Anyway, I didn't put the other one together for this reason. I don't know, maybe the second one would go better, but gosh, it was. I have put a majillion things together in my life. This was awful. I got it off Amazon. It is not an IKEA one. I say stay away because You know, you go through the trouble of putting something like this together and then it doesn't perform nicely for you when it's all put together is very annoying. Anyway, look at all my ring lights. So my main ring light that I use is this one. I got all my tripods and whatnot in this box here. However, I thought I was going to record in front of this window, but I need the longer desk because I got to put my soundboard nearby, and you know, there's other things that I need to have out when I record. So I might, my original thing was to record here. I don't know. This is me. You were used to seeing me like this. I'm getting tired of seeing me like this. Yeah, I've been really wanting to actually put on some makeup these last few days, probably this last week. And it was all packed away. So now that I'm into this, I probably won't be doing the makeup again today. But I was hoping to look a little done up for y'all in this particular video. So hopefully I'll have another day on here. Give me another day and I'll be ready. I'll be ready to do that. Maybe even record a video. I have wigs that I need to share with you guys, and they've already been reviewed by so many other reviewers, but part of the great community of wig wearer creators is honestly, when I'm interested in a wig, I watch them all. I want to see different face shapes, different points of view, and some creators really focus on, say, like color maybe. And so I just watch everyone when I'm looking at investing in something new, or and I assume you all do too. And I feel like the more of us, the better. Plus lighting can be different, and you get a different take on it. And anyway, so just because they've been reviewed a million times already, I still have always never let that bother me, because I'm assuming you all just do the same thing. So I do have wigs that I need to do, and I've been saying that for some time, but I put them right over there. I'm looking at them and I need to get to them. The lighting in here is horrible. I do have the light on, but I'm noticing it's not really putting out much of anything. I'm standing here in front of a window that has not the best of light, only because there's a tree right here that's probably blocking some of it. But it is natural light, and I do love having some natural light, especially when I do wig reviews. So it will be nice to have a little bit of that. Just not the best. Not the very best, but it's been a long time since I recorded in here. Did I already tell you I want to change? Yeah, I did. I want to repaint this room. All right, well, I'm going to keep myself on a roll here. My dogs want to go out here pretty quick, I can tell. And so I'm sure I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, I have not unpacked anything for like 2 days because I've been into my diamond painting. I'll show you guys in this video my project that I'm working on. It's the one that I have talked about that I want up for late autumn. Like, I want it done by October 1st. It's really Halloween oriented, but oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It is so fun to work on, to see it kind of come to life. So I'll share that with you because it is just so pretty. But that has been taking up my time. So I have not unpacked anything for 2 days. So I'm glad that I got to this. I got to go with it when I have this last minute thing of maybe I'll just go ahead and do this. I got to do it because I got to go with that flow. Otherwise, yeah, I can procrastinate till the sun goes down over and over again. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay. Just got out of the shower. The day took a different turn. This is probably due to my brain and the way it works. But so I don't even know exactly how I got sidetracked, but at some point, instead of setting up and finishing up the recording room and like putting up so I could record in there, I ended up figuring I should go outside and get the front yard looking good again because it was awful. And now the backyard, I'm gonna have to hire somebody. That's just beyond. I know that is just a project that I am just not ready to take on. But the front yard is something I knew I could do. So that's what I ended up doing instead. I just got in here probably about maybe, what was it, like 6, probably around 5:30. Took a shower. I think it was around 6 when I got done blow drying my hair and whatnot. So I did have a very productive day. It's just, went a little different. But that's okay. I work better that way, honestly. I am not the best when it comes to making lists and checking things off. I know a lot of people really thrive doing that. But what I have found over the years, what that does for me is it puts on extra stress, extra anxiety, because I have this whole list in front of me, and if I'm not in the mood to do certain things, it just doesn't work. And then at the end of the day or whatever, I feel like I didn't accomplish anything or what I was supposed to. So I just have found that I do better when I just sort of go with the flow, like I was saying earlier in this video, and just do what comes to mind and what I feel like doing. And then at the end of the day, I may have jumped around and kind of, went from here to there, but I got stuff done. So yeah, that was what happened today is I did that. Also, I think probably what really got me kind of thinking that should be a priority is that there's going to be some rain coming in, and it would be nice to get that done before the rain comes in. Now, it did rain actually this morning, which was kind of nice because I wasn't expecting that. But I think now it is supposed to rain tomorrow and the next day. I think we're even supposed to get some thunder and lightning, which is cool. So yeah, really glad I did that. I had a little bit of coffee, like a half a cup of coffee, before I went out there, and I think that helped to get me kind of through. But yeah, so very, very glad I got that done. So it is, what time is it? For somebody who likes clocks, I don't seem to have any right now. This clock that is my favorite over here, it keeps excellent time, but I need a new battery pack thing for it. So I looked at YouTube to figure out how I change that, and it looks pretty easy, so I need to order, because I love that clock. It's this one here. It's that clock here. And the pendulum, because there's two separate batteries, the pendulum is working. It's just not keeping time because that other side is not working since the move. I don't know what happened. So I also have a clock over there, but it hasn't kept good time pretty much since I got it. And now it needs the battery changed, but like, why? It doesn't keep good time. But I love the clock, so I always hang it up. It's this one. Yeah. So I'm going to be relaxing for the rest of the evening. I think I'll probably do some diamond painting. I did not even sit down to do that today because I had done it for 2 days in a row and didn't get anything done, which is fine. So yeah. So here is, isn't it gorgeous? It's so pretty. There is a name for this. Oops. There is a name, an actual name for this painting. And I will let you know what that is. But she's basically, I would call her an autumn witch. I cannot wait to do the next row because That's going to be the rest of her face, as you can see. And those are the corresponding crystals that you need to put in. So, yeah, look at how she sparkles. It is absolutely gorgeous. And the rendering of this is so much better than what I even was expecting. I mean, look at the eyes. They sparkle. Oh my goodness. And it is so much prettier in person. I don't even think that, honestly, this video could do it justice. But let me show you. So here is what she's going to look like. I'm trying to see if... No, it doesn't have the name of it on here. Sorry, it's a little coming in, a little blurry. So I can't wait to get like to her clothes, but mostly I cannot wait to finish her face. But the whole thing, there's like this castle here, which is, I'm just starting it. Looks like it ends about there. But yeah, I really, really fell in love with this. And it is going to go, I'm gonna frame it somehow, and it is gonna go above my fireplace. I wanna get it done by October 1st. I'm definitely on track to get that. And she's gonna go up every season for basically Halloween season. So I thought it would be a really cool vibe, you know, rather than your traditional kind of Halloween decorations. But I'm just hoping that you can see the sparkle. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to finish this this one off with a weight loss update, since I just weighed myself and I haven't weighed myself in a while. And I'm just going to be getting some makeup on real quickly. I have an errand I got to do here pretty quick. So I do feel like getting makeup on. I haven't done it yet. It's been a couple days since I've touched base with you in this video. So we are going to get the getting. And it's a very gray day. I am sitting in front of that window. I have this in the background currently. So, you know, I'm still in the process of unpacking and whatnot, so forgive me. And the light is on in here. If it wasn't for the fact that I have this little ring light, it's not the one that I usually record with, but it would be very dark. I think I'm just gonna go in with the double 2-for-1. I've got the sunscreen and the Ilia here, which is technically a sunscreen. It's just tinted. I feel like just doing this, I'll do a little bit of a heavier concealer. So I'm going to grab my Lancome Idol concealer. I think I'm just going to use all cream products today. Okay. Just going to kind of start it out a little here. I do go a little heavy with this just because, you know, this is also my sunscreen step. So honestly, I'm just going to finish this off with my hands. It's going to feel good to look at myself with a little bit of color, you know? And just to make sure this is blended out into the hairline. Already I feel better. It's not like it gives me this really great coverage, but I do like the finish of this. I really love that. It's definitely one of my favorite purchases this year when it comes to the makeup, you know. Okay, let me get these basics done here, since apparently I'm going to have a hard time multitasking today. Got some broken capillaries and whatnot around here, so I'm going a little here. Okay, so how has my weight loss been going? I am still on about the 7.5 milligram dose of the tirzepatide, even though my prescription says 8.5 milligrams. But one week I did the full 50 units of this particular, I think this one is mixed with niacinamide. And so, my 50 units, that doesn't mean it's equal to what, if you're doing 50 units when it comes to the tirzepatide amount in there, because, it depends on your formulation. But currently mine is 50 units, which shows 8.5 milligrams. And I did that for 1 week because I've been only doing 45 units, which you wouldn't think that would be a big difference. And that was really the only week that I struggled with a little bit of nausea. I mean, I don't know. It's like I really felt that food there. And it wasn't anything that brought me down, that made me miserable. But it was the first time I really ever experienced any sort of side effect when it comes to that nausea or possible nausea, a little bit of nausea. So I thought, I'm doing fine at that 45 units. I'm just going to stick there. And I've been doing that now. This is my third or second dose going back to the 45. And I just don't have any of those side effects or any side effects really at all. And I haven't had since I started this. So I'm still losing weight. I honestly didn't know where I was, because the last time I weighed myself, I was 128.6, I think. And then I did find my scale here, and I put it down on the linoleum and made sure it was, not rocking or anything. And I got on and it said I was 130 something, which I was fine with. And then I got on one other time. Yeah, I think I was 130 something. I was almost 131. And to be honest, and for some reason, since I moved, my smart scale, parameters aren't working. It's just the weight that's working. So I looked today on the underside to see if there was a switch that accidentally got touched, but there really isn't any sort of switch. So I'm sure there is a setting of some kind that maybe got, I don't know. So right now it's only showing me the weight. So, in my head I'm thinking, because I haven't been eating a lot of calories or anything like that, over and above, like a calorie deficit kind of thing. So I thought, well, I may have actually gained some muscle, maybe some water, just because I have been very, very active for this month, being how I was cleaning and getting this whole move situated. Anyway, so I was thinking I was probably hanging around that 130, maybe 129. It's been, how long have I moved in here on the 26th, and today is the 9th. And I weighed myself like the 27th or 28th. And now it says I weigh 124.7. So, and I moved the scale around. I got on and off 3 times, and it's sticking at 124.7. So I really think that in that time I got on when it said I was almost 131 was not correct, because there's no way I have lost that much weight in this short amount of time, because I think I would feel it. Like I would feel it, and I would feel icky, really weak. I don't know. So I'm not sure which one to believe at this point. I feel, I don't know. I thought it was weird that I went up to almost 131. So I'm going to kick that one out. But I wish that it would show me what my other parameters are, like what the other, all those other metabolic sort of numbers are, because that to me shows a bigger picture than anything. And so currently I'm 124.7, which is mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. I do feel like I weigh 124. I really do. Well, almost 125. It's weird because you know how people talk about that, where you see yourself in the mirror and no matter how thin you get, you sort of have this vision and you feel like you're just still big. I have always, it's been kind of the opposite for me. Hold on, y'all. I actually am more of I was thin up until probably in my 40s. And so my mind's eye is stuck more on me being thinner. So when I would look in the mirror and really see what I look like, it would be the opposite. It'd be like, oh my God, wow, I really have put on some weight, and it would be shocking. Every time I would, see myself in a picture, I would be like, wow, that is not how I see myself. So now when I look at myself in the mirror or catch a glimpse of myself, it's matching what I am thinking I should see. And for the first time, I actually look thin in the mirror, whereas that's not generally what happens. Even when, because at my thinnest when I was doing keto, I think I got down for a very short time, maybe a week, to 132, and I looked fine back then, I looked good, and yet I didn't see that. I still saw myself thin and would look and be like, oh, I still got a little ways to go. Now I see myself like in my mind's eye and I actually feel like I look like that. So that's kind of weird, huh? Let me know how you are, do you, I would like to know how that is with you. Absolutely love these OG cream blushes. They are my favorite. They really are superb. And it's hard for me now to use really anything else currently because when it comes to, if I usually always these days use a cream blush, and they really are my favorite. They're just really super muted. And I love that about them. Okay, we're done really with the face stuff. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and see this. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my eyelashes right now. Not sure why. So I would love to tell you what my other numbers are, but my scale currently is not giving me that because to me those are more important. I can tell you that the last time, let me figure out palette. I think this is sticking right in the front. I do love this and I haven't used it in a while, so I'm going to do the Big Ego by Tarte. I was pleasantly surprised to see that these numbers like body fat composition numbers, muscle composition numbers, protein, water, we're starting to turn around, and those were the ones, particular ones within those categories were being very stubborn. And I was starting now to see the switch, and they were, all within normal range. Also, when I started out at 186 was my highest, but I actually started my injections when I was 184 or somewhere around there, 183, 184. But I know my highest was 186 because at least when I was weighing. And my visceral fat number was 11, I want to say. And right now it's 7, which, do you remember how excited I was to see 9 and a one digit? That was exciting. So I'm at 7 now, which is very normal. So those are the numbers that excite me the most. I have cut down my Tovla meals to 6 to 4. And that's because I was having a really hard time, once again, just finding 6 meals that appeal to me every single week because I have been with them for so long. And yes, they do a good job at adding new ones now and again, but you know how it gets. So I cut it down to 4, and then that frees up a few days for me to just treat myself, maybe get a Panera Frontega chicken sandwich, or sometimes I'll get like a Red Robin, what is it called? A simple burger or something, and I just do mustard and ketchup on it, and I get a side salad, and it helps to, I don't know, it's just something that's nice, I think, and it all ends up budget-wise equaling about the same. So, and then during the move, I would even get like 2 hamburgers, not cheeseburgers, but 2 hamburgers, like say either at McDonald's or Burger King, and a small fry. And that is a huge treat for me. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Been having cherries and blueberries as snacks. I also I'll have for a snack sometimes during the day with that second cup of coffee. I don't do that every day, but I can tell it helps me get through if I have, I've been having to be very busy. So I'll do a couple little biscottis and dip it into my coffee. So I've been doing that, and it's just nice to feel like you can do things like that, and yet the medication with the appetite control doesn't allow you to overdo it or anything like that. The food noise has been non-existent. Living without that is such an amazing thing. I mean, if you're looking for bad feedback with tirzepatide, you're not going to get it from me. I just can't tell you how freeing it is to be able to just have that go away, that food noise and the obsession with food. And I didn't realize how bad it was really until it disappeared. So yeah, it's been really amazing. So for instance, like maybe I will get something for instance, not last night, but the night before, I had a craving I hadn't been to Olive Garden in, over a year. And since I started this really, and I started this last December, at the end of December, and I hadn't been to Olive Garden, And so I had a real craving for some soup, and I didn't feel like making it because you know me. So I thought, I am not going to have what I normally get because I think that would be too rich, and I don't want to tempt my tummy. Being on this medication, you have to be careful. And so I decided to have, because usually I love their chicken gnocchi, kind of more of a creamy soup. But I also like their Toscana, what is it called? The one with the little bit of sausage. And so I ended up getting that, and I was looking, and I was hungry at the time, and my eyes were bigger than my tummy, and I ended up getting like a primary meal with it. And primary meal, who says that? Like an entree. And I ended up getting like chicken. I didn't get pasta, but it was chicken and broccoli, and margarita chicken or something like that. It had basil and pesto and some fresh, not olives, tomatoes. It sounded really good to me. So I went and picked it up, curbside pickup, went and picked it up and had the soup right away. And I did eat one, because you get 2 breadsticks. So I did eat 1 breadstick with that. I was full. I was done. And so I just put the rest of it for the next day. And so for a late lunch, I had some of that chicken, and they give you 2 chicken breasts. And I'm like, holy crap, this is a lot of food. And I think about how much my portion size would be. And it was so much. It was so much. And so I wasn't even able to eat an entire chicken breast. And it was very rich because there was some cheese in there and it was a little creamy. And I had my broccoli, which was just steamed. And so I never did finish. I tried to eat as much of that chicken breast as I could. I couldn't touch the other one. So, you know, that's what this medication does as well, is even if you're eating something that's rich or, you know, chances are you're going to eat a portion that is appropriate. And, you know, so with the aid of that, it allows me to be able to still stay within a calorie deficit and yeah, no matter, you know, if I do splurge on something that's not the most nutritious when it comes to, say, those burgers and the small fry, but yet I can have that, you know. Do I have it, you know, all the time? No. Do I recommend doing that when you first start a GLP-1? No. Absolutely not. I think you better be real careful. No, absolutely not. I pussyfooted around what I ate. I was extremely careful. I did not want to trigger any bad, you know, as my body was getting used to this medication, I did not do anything like that. I was very, very careful. And I don't know if I could have done that, but I didn't. I have not had any side effects. And I just feel a good piece of advice would be tread real lightly, stay away from fats, processed foods, greasy foods. I still stay away from greasy foods. I stay away from mayonnaise. And like if I do get a burger that would normally have mayonnaise, I always say no mayonnaise. And I don't have greasy things other than my small fry. And so when I first ate my small fry, I was real slow with it, just seeing how things were going to settle, you know, because I just have not had anything like that since I started this. So I was very, very leery, but I was okay. Do I think I would have been okay with a medium fry? Maybe not. I'm just gonna take it right under here. I'm gonna do my Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury, my go-to. Only gonna do the top. And I'll do the corner down here. Always soften that. Let me figure out what I'm gonna, let me figure out what lipstick I'm gonna do. All right, I grabbed Nude Romance by Charlotte Tilbury. I think I'll do the Anastasia Beverly Hills. And that gives it a little dimension. I'm debating. I probably will just put my hair in a ponytail today rather than do the whole wig thing, I think. But if I change my mind, you'll see that up here next. But I don't think I will. But I got my makeup on. Yay! Slow baby steps. And I'm going to sign off. This ended up being a long one because of this little get ready with me and my little weight loss update. So I hope you all are doing well. Always say hi down below if nothing else. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.